You know what? You know what? Congratulations. Congratulations, Tennessee Titans. That right there was the best game the Titans have played so far all year, straight up. And I can't even be mad at the loss. I can't even be mad. Quite frankly, the loss is more of the icing on the cake for me at the moment, just because, okay, we're that one step closer to getting the first overall pick. That's great. But for the growth and the progression of this football team, wow. That is what we've been waiting for all year long. Let's talk about the negatives first. We'll talk about the negatives, then we'll talk about the game, and then we'll look at the positives. So the negatives of the game, well, you're going up against the Seattle Seahawks, and, well, Jackson Smith and Jigba went insane again, 167. I placed the bet for him to go over 119. Should have placed the one to go over 130. Should have done that, so I feel a little sick to my stomach that my payout wasn't as big. But that being said, it is what it is. I have to see what my final thing was. I didn't hit on all of them, but I am going to get some money. I'm going to win something, so I'll have to see how much that is. But there is that. Then secondly, the offensive coaching is still awful. I mean, I don't know. These coaches are moronic. Oh my God. I hate to stop talking, but I'm looking over here. There's like 300 crows. Maybe not 300, but there is a whole bunch of crows just flying around right now. That is actually just insane. They're all flowing into one tree. There are so many freaking crows in this tree. Look at this tree. I'm going to turn my camera around and see if you guys can see that. Can you guys see all the freaking crows in that tree? I don't know if you guys can or not. I don't know how far my camera is picking that up. But oh my God, they're all in that massive tree. That is insane. As I put my phone back, I'm sorry. I'm recording this with my regular camera app, so like I can't flip the camera around with a button. So I apologize for that. But the only other negative in the coaching staff being a bunch of morons with the play calling and putting players in proper position to succeed. I mean, that's really it. And then the Seahawks just being a better football team. I mean, but we expected that. We expected the Seahawks to come in here, and I thought they would throttle us, and they didn't. They didn't. Even when it was 30-17, the Titans were still competitive. They were still causing disruption on defense. They were still slowing down this offense. I mean, it didn't look as bad as the score as it said. Like, definitely the game was a lot more competitive. The Titans defense was making plays. They were making Sam Darnold uncomfortable at times. And these corners, I'll be honest, these corners have stepped up pretty well considering their caliber and circumstances. They haven't been an absolute disaster since they traded away Roger McCreary and L'Jarius Sneed has been out of here. So, I mean, quite frankly, I mean, they've done a solid job. They haven't been despicably bad. So I'll give them some credit there. And for the game, it was Titans went out, got a 3-0 lead to start the game. Should have came away with a touchdown. And if they did, well, we're talking about a tied football game right there. So, no, one football game, because then it would have been 7 points. So, that's how close this game was. Should have came away with a touchdown on the opening drive. But, I mean, kept it close throughout the game. It was, 10-3 at halftime. Go up 17-3, and then, or maybe 24-3. I can't remember if it was 17 or 24-3. And then Chim DK gets a big return for a touchdown. Titans drive down the field. Cam Ward gets his first rushing touchdown of his career. And then in the fourth quarter, it was 30-17 the whole time. The Titans pitched a shutout in the fourth quarter and didn't allow any more points. So, great job for them. Fantastic closing in the fourth quarter by the Titans defense. And then so now we'll get into some individual positives, and we'll start with Cam Ward. Why not? I wanted to save him for last, but you know what? Let's start with Cam Ward. Cam Ward, best game as a Titan, straight up. Straight up his best game. Not only did he incorporate more running, which I don't know why a lot of people wanted to see that. Quite frankly, I don't want to see as much of it, but the Titans need it, so I'm not going to blame him for running, getting first downs, and moving the chains. That is important. That is huge. And that does help him right now and help his offense right now. So the fact that he's doing it, great. I like it. But the throws, the fact that he's standing in the pocket, being more decisive with the football, being able to make men miss, roll around, extend plays, and make throws on the move. You saw that from Cam Ward. The game is slowing down for him. And to see him make some of the throws that he's making against one of the best defenses in the NFL, he had a better showing last week, and then this performance was even better. He is improving. He is improving. He is showing progress. And if anything is important to this season, it is Cam Ward getting better, and we are seeing it happen in front of our very eyes. Do not let the record or the rest of the team around him not performing up to par fool anybody. Cam Ward belongs. He is the future of this football team, and he is showing right now in these past 2 games why we picked him first overall. Despite everything that has happened around this team, he comes in, he is continuing to work his butt off and continue to get better, improve, and we are seeing it right now, right in front of us. He is getting better. And the fact is, he is doing this stuff with the rest of the coaching staff and the rest of the offense being awful. I mean, the offense is getting in 3rd and long every single time. And what is he doing? He is overcoming that. He is making good throws on time with good decision making. No turnovers for Cam Ward either. So put that on to his report card. That's honestly, I would give, given the circumstances, a B+. I'll give it a solid B+, A- if you want to go there. I wouldn't argue with you. But it's just fantastic. It's just absolutely fantastic to see him play well. And then some other bright spots. Tajay Spears. Tajay Spears did nothing in the run game. He only got 2 carries. But in the receiving game, he's got some juice. He's got some pop. Early in the game, he caught a screen. It was like 3rd and 19 and running on the right sideline. A bunch of Seahawks defenders got right there and were about to swarm down, and he was able to bounce out and wrap it around. Didn't convert, but that's the type of juice that this team needs. That when something goes wrong, someone can make a man miss and make a play out of nothing. And Tajay Spears did that in the receiving game multiple times. I'm looking over the head. All the crows are like flying over my head right now. There is definitely over like 100 crows in the sky. That is insane. Sorry to get distracted by the crows, by the birds. But other than that, Chim DK got another one. He scored another punt return for a touchdown. 90 yards. Ties the franchise record set by Pac-Man Jones back in 2006. So insane for the fact that he has 2 on the year. Give him an All-Pro. This is an All-Pro returner as a rookie. If he does not get first team All-Pro, I am going to riot. He has been electric. Some of the catches he made in the receiving game, got a touchdown at the end to make it 24-30. So, I mean, Chim DK, this is a special player right here. There's no other way to say it. He is a special player, and the fact that we got him in the 4th round and that he is making the plays that he is making, what an absolute steal by Mike Morganzi. And that's the big takeaway. That is the big takeaway here. It's the fact that, not only, I forgot to mention too, Kevin Winston and Marcus Harris, they're making plays too. Marcus Harris should have had an interception in this game that he dropped. Are you serious right now? Kevin Winston making plays. I was excited about Kevin Winston, but Marcus Harris, to see him making plays and seeing what he's doing out of being a 6th round pick, that's huge. This is absolutely huge. And the fact that the young players on this team are improving. They are showing signs that they are getting better. One thing I will give this coaching staff credit for is that under their tutelage, these rookies are progressing. They are improving. They're not getting worse. They're not looking it's not like they're not getting better. No, they are getting better. And that is something I will give them credit for. Sure, can they not game plan worth the crap? Can they call plays worth the crap and put their players in a position worth the crap? Absolutely not. But at least under their tutelage, these players are improving. And that is so huge for this future, because look at the offensive side of things. I did the math on this. What is the biggest problem with the Titans offense? It's the fact that they constantly get in 3rd and long. Let's say we bring in a better running back and we bring in a good offensive head coach. And, well, no, let me back up. Let me backpedal a little bit. Let's say the Titans all of a sudden no longer get a bunch of pre-snap penalties, get behind the sticks that way, and then we don't run the ball up the middle to Tony Pollard for a 1-yard gain every single freaking time. Still annoys me, but you know what? At least with what we saw today, it's more excusable. I can look past it for once. But imagine instead of getting 1 to 2 yards on first down, the Titans got 3 to 4 yards on first down every single time. I did the math on this. If they were to do that and add that on to how many yards per game they have right now, they would only jump to 29th. But you know what getting 3 to 4 yards on first down compared to 1 to 2 does? That opens up so much more of your playbook. That puts so much more pressure on the defense. It allows you to do so much more as an offense where, sure, an additional 30 to 40 yards a game isn't a lot, but what those 30 to 40 yards can do in terms of making bigger plays down the field, being able to put defenses on their heels for you to run for another good run again. The fact that getting into second and medium helps so much more in an NFL offense. What you do on first down, honestly, is more important than what you do on third down. Because if you can win on first down, everything else tends to solve itself out. If you can get 3 to 4 yards on first down every single time and then cut back on all these pre-snap penalties and you're just not behind the sticks all the time, this offense with a couple better weapons, a good head coach, that's not far-fetched to believe that this offense could jump from worse in the NFL to somewhere around the average range in a year. That's possible. That happens in the NFL all the time. It's very possible and feasible, if things go in the right direction, that we could jump from worst to half in 1 year just by that fixing alone, just moving the ball and winning on first down and not getting behind the sticks. That one little change would be massive. And here's Cam Ward in the worst situation on max difficulty, making the throws that he's making. You give him a good situation and he is going to turn this thing around. He is going to ball out and he is going to show the world what he can be. He is going to put this franchise on his back and lead us to better times ahead. I can see a light at the end of the tunnel, and for a year as bad as it's been, I can say that I have hope. I have real hope. These young players on this team being an absolute bright spot is giving me real hope. I genuinely believe that if we get the right head coach, say it's Mike McCarthy, say it's Joe Brady. Joe Brady's more of a risk, but I have my confidence. You get the right head coach in here and add in another good draft that could be similar. Now, maybe not as good, doesn't have to be. It's probably not going to be. But if you get a solid draft in next year where you get a couple more contributing players that play at a high level probably, potentially, you're talking about a team that can go from maybe, if they get 3 wins this year, fine. But you're talking about a 3-win team that could jump up to an 8-win team in a year's time. Like, seriously, like, the Titans might be a little closer than what we thought they were. A game like that shows that. And if they can continue to be competitive, especially against all the strong defenses that they're playing, if Cam Ward can keep this team competitive and close to winning games, this might be a sleeper. We might have a real sleeper team going into next year. Look at how bad it was in Chicago a year ago. And now they have Ben Johnson, and they're first in the NFC North. They're in the playoffs. So, I mean, look at how big of a difference can make from year to year by just getting a better coach and adding a couple more pieces. That's it. That's how quickly things can change, guys. That's why I have hope, because how these rookies are playing and how competitive they've been these past couple of weeks, if they can continue to do that, and of course continue losing so we can get the first overall pick and get the dream scenario that we're waiting for, that the Chicago Bears got, that'd be massive. That'd be absolutely freaking massive. So I'm happy that the Titans got better in this game. They played well, even though they lost. You know what? This is what we needed so freaking bad. So coming away with the win, very happy, very, very elated for the future of this team, unironically. So tighten up, everybody, and I will see you all right here next week.